Welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, and on today's pod, we will go over all the news that we are hearing out of fall camp and how the Hogs are looking their first 5 days into camp. The next installment of our position previews will be today. Andrew will knock out the wide receivers. I will knock out the big uglies, the offensive line. And we will keep you up to date on all the national sports news. Andrew, how's your week, my man?
Busy. I don't know that I've ever had more happen or more go on in a week and still to come this upcoming week ever in my life. So,
selling a house a day, huh?
Yeah. Well, I did have a very busy real estate weekend, thankfully. It's been a slower summer than usual. And so, yeah, I had that. And then prepping for kids going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke goes back to work this week off maternity leave. My brother and his family are going back overseas this week. So just a lot going on. So
I hear that. Yeah, Farmington starts back on Wednesday. So our two will go back Wednesday. We're doing one last hoorah Tuesday, the day that this pod releases. Silver Dollar City run, last second Silver Dollar City run before school starts.
All right.
So me and the boys gonna head out and try to get there when they open. We're gonna try to open the park at 9:30. Hopefully it's not as crowded or as hot, and maybe we can be out there by noon or 1. I don't know. I don't know what the crowds will be like on a Tuesday the week. I don't know when they start school up there. So
yeah, I'm assuming they start a little later. Their tax-free weekend was just this past weekend, so
maybe at least a Harrison crowd will be back in school because that's a big part of the Branson contingency. So
yeah,
but yeah. So anyways, yeah, we're ramping up, getting back into the school swing.
Do you play at expert level? Do you know about the cinnamon roll shop there in West Branson?
I do not. I usually get my cinnamon roll sometimes on the way out of Silver Dollar City at the little bakery there.
Okay, well, first of all, get cinnamon bread, not the cinnamon
roll.
No.
I get cinnamon bread's non-negotiable. I get one OG. Right. I get one with peach on top every time. Yeah, that's a non-negotiable. Yeah.
Okay, just so you know that.
Yeah.
But no, on your way in, since you're going to be there for breakfast time, there's a little cinnamon roll shop there in West Branson. It's in a little strip center. Forget the exact name, but incredible cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
So
I may have to.
It's like 5 minutes.
I may have to have you do me a quick Google search after the pod and shoot me the name so I can get that up. So I know we've never been one to pass on a good old cinnamon roll.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Or any kind of non-healthy food we don't pass on. We've made that very clear on our podcast. So
as every week I take up more of my screen here with my body mass. So
yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, I got to play golf yesterday. So played really well. Played much better than I did in the 4-man. I think that's just the key. I hadn't played in a month when we played in our scramble. Went back and played this week. Played really, really good. So I'm gonna try to play again this next week also. But
nice.
Anyways,
okay. Sorry, back on the cinnamon roll. You're gonna want to hit up Old Fashioned Dough Company.
Ooh, the Old Fashioned Dough Company. Sounds good. I'll be there.
It's fantastic. It's like 5 minutes from Silver Dollar City. So
yeah, I'll knock that out for sure.
Hit it up. Let them know I sent you.
Yeah,
they know I am.
Get the Never Yield Pod discount.
Probably not.
Okay,
but I'm a frequent flyer.
I feel you. So yeah, been a good week. School starting up this week. Being a self-employed person, it's gonna be a little different. I do a lot of my work from home in the summer because I have the kids, and it's gonna be kind of quiet around here. That means I'll go up to the office more than usual. With my busy season's about to ramp up, so I need to be up there anyway. But yeah, it's gonna be a little quiet around the house. So
yeah.
But anyways, well, we are 5 days into fall camp, Andrew. I told you I was going to subscribe to the $1 Hogs. What is it? The 24/7 site for $1.
Hog Sports.
Hog Sports, yeah. And so I've been getting some information off of there. Then I've got a bunch of people on Twitter I'm watching and following. Got a couple of YouTubes that I like to watch this time of year. Nobody's drinking Kool-Aid, but I think the people that get to go watch practice are maybe one win more optimistic than they were. Like they think it's probably looking a little bit better than maybe what they anticipated before the year started. I don't know if you've been hearing anything or reading anything, seen anything out of fall camp.
I haven't gotten to spend a lot of time this week listening to what people are saying. I've listened to like a little bit of just what's on the radio when I'm in the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what I've heard, the little again, very little that I've heard, they haven't learned much other than what I've heard the most is AJ Hill has a very long wind
Yeah,
up
he has
to throw.
a slow release.
So
yeah,
that's what everybody keeps saying,
He
and
does.
that basically there shouldn't be a quarterback competition because KJ Jackson just seems to be.
I don't think there is. I think it's over.
Yeah.
From everybody that gets to go, I'm seeing a lot of there is no quarterback competition. Like the quarterback competition is KJ versus KJ, like himself.
Yeah.
Now, they're all going to look stupid if they tried out AJ Hill on game one. But I mean, I've seen three people that are there watching who do it for a living say there's no QB competition. They're saying there's a QB competition, but it's just night and day is what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I think we all knew that. Yeah. I don't know why they want to drag this out. But I don't know. The clips I've seen, I watch the clips every day. You know, they get to have their cameras out at practice, so you get like 20 minutes of clips every day. And I'm sure, once again, we're judging off 20 minutes of a 2-hour practice probably. So let's just keep all that in mind. But the clips I see, I wouldn't know who the best quarterback is because all they do is throw to the running backs on like little 6-yard check downs.
Yes.
And all the clips and videos, and maybe a bubble screen here and there. And apparently that's what all these people are seeing too, which kind of concerns me. But it appears to be a very nickel and dime offense. Like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, check it down to the running back, throw a little bubble screen over here. Nobody that's been going to practice has really seen either quarterback throw the ball down the field at all.
Well, I told you there was at the spring game, there wasn't one deep shot taken the whole game. In a 14-13 barn burner, there was no deep shots taken.
Yeah. And I just wonder, like, is that truly the philosophy or is that they don't think they have the pieces to do that? Are they playing to their personnel? Because I can tell you right now, I've said it. KJ threw some nice balls last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got an arm.
He's got an arm. And I don't know. I said it in the last part of the pod before. I remember watching some Memphis against us and another game or two. And I was like, their offense is very vanilla. I know they went for 500 yards on us. I know it doesn't matter, but our defense was so bad. But I have my reservations. Let's just say that. I hope they don't do something stupid with this quarterback situation. I think if it goes past, what's today, film this, I said the 11th. I mean, if it goes past the 20th, I think it's a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's another week and a half to get it figured out. And then you got 2 weeks with your QB1 before game week. Yeah. And so, because I don't think it's a true quarterback competition. But
yeah.
And we called that, boy, how long have we been on that? Boy, we may have been the first to be like,
yeah,
this ain't a comp. We've been saying
Well,
that since.
I've been I've been super high on KJ after meeting him,
Yeah,
obviously. Plus, I mean, and that's based off showing good things at the end of the season last year when Taylor got hurt and or possibly benched at the end of the year last year. And then after meeting him, just super impressed with him. And then spring game for sure, I was like,
yeah,
okay, this like from what I could pick up, not even just on the field, but you remember what I said, just of him, like high fiving all of his
yeah.
teammates and going back, like running through the A and like just going back and hyping up his team.
Hmm.
Um, and even I think it was I saw a reel of like DJ Williams podcast saying something about how they noticed from some of the videos in camp just KJ seemingly taking on the or at least
Oh, he's
conducting
doing
him.
all the hype. He's
Yeah,
doing all the hype stuff. He's the guy in the huddle,
yeah,
like talking to the whole offense, like the
yeah,
pump up, not talking, but like getting them jacked up for practice, like
yeah.
all
Like
the
even just
leadership
the
stuff.
just yeah, they were saying even the way he's conducting himself is QB1 energy
Yeah,
is coming from KJ. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know why you prolong it. I mean, our first game's against Alabama technical school.
North
So
Alabama for the blind. Yeah.
yeah. And so I mean, what are you I don't know what you're either telling your team or trying to hide from other teams
Yeah.
like why you're dragging this out if it's as obvious as what, some of the radio personalities and podcast folks are saying. Um but you know, we've always kind of felt that there was a little home
Favoritism.
home cooking to some of these guys he brought from Memphis. So, whether that has anything to do with it or not is just how it comes across
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
general person that doesn't do this for money.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, and they've been, I mean, all these people have been saying, that all these people were skeptical to Ryan Silverfield hire, just like we were. Like, I mean, for the most part. And they've all been very impressed with like the energy of practice from the players and the coaching staff. They're like, it's different, it's different than last year. Last year, if it was over like 96 degrees or 95, like we were in the indoor facility, like we lived in the indoor facility the first week of fall camp last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been outside every day. Like, just, it's just a mentality and a toughness thing.
Well, Pittman was at the restaurant with his shirt off. So,
Yeah, right. And so, I mean, I don't know. It just feels a little different. Um, the win total's still at 4.5, which I think is one too high. Um, but I don't know. I think we can maybe. I don't know. We'll do our predictions later, but people seem more optimistic. And from everything I'm reading and seeing, that people really are optimistic about the secondary. They think that which is as night and day as possible from last year. But I'm reading that is the strongest position group on the roster, offense or
don't
defense.
don't drink the Kool-Aid, dude. Every year since Houston Nutt left, our DBs have gotten taller, longer, and faster every single fall camp. And by this point, they're all 7'6" with 18-foot wingspans and run 4.24 40s. By this time, because every year they're longer, faster, and better. And
It's true.
then
They are.
we go out and give up 600 yards to Ole Miss's backup quarterback. So
Who was that we played last year, the very first game? And they just drove down the field and gashed us
mm-hmm.
that first drive. And we were like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how embarrassing was it?
Yeah,
And
where's my last year's schedule? Yeah.
we refused to buy into I mean, it was right in front of our eyes what
Mm-hmm.
last year was going to be. And we just wouldn't accept what we saw.
Yep.
Let's see. Our first game last year was, boy, I apologize. I don't know
Was
what our
it
first game
wasn't
was.
UAPB week 2 in Little Rock, or was that week 1?
It was A State in Little Rock, wasn't it?
I get my years confused.
Yeah, same. Well, I tried to pull the schedule up here on Google, and it shows me like schedules from 5 years ago. Um, but no, yeah, last year, right? Yeah, last year was A State because
You're right.
that was
Yeah.
fun. Um, year before
Alabama
that,
A&M. Alabama
Alabama
A&M.
A&M. Okay, I was almost
And
there.
then Arkansas State in Little Rock.
Yeah, Alabama A&M just gashed us on the first drive. We look up and we're down 7-0. Like,
And then 10 straight losses after that. So.
yeah, of course. But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's what they're saying. That's what all the people who get paid to do this are saying is that the secondary looks great. Man, the DBs, but the safeties also. Um, and so I don't know. We'll
I
see.
will believe it when I see it
Yeah, yeah.
on the
I
field, not in
I
practice.
I tend to agree. And
And
part of
how good can they be if we're checking down the running back every play? I would
that's
look good at
true.
corner too.
That's probably we're checking down the running back, and in their head they're thinking there's no receivers open because our DBs are so good that they have to check down. That may be what everybody's
Yeah.
saying.
One of the who was it? Was it Clay Henry maybe? Somebody was like, we don't have that guy that can get behind defensive backs this year. They're in a receiver on our team that's like in the low 4.3 40 range, or at least on
Well,
against defenders.
I'm sure you'll get into it later with your position preview, but
Yeah.
as much hype as I've heard about the defensive backs, the wide receivers are probably the weakest position group on this team, from what I'm hearing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's just not much athleticism. Nobody's getting open. Ton of drops, like a ton of drops. Um, so I mean that's probably part of it is they're going up against a bunch of trash at receiver, and everybody thinks that our secondary is good. So
Yeah.
could be. Um, But this Kamari House, everybody's talking about this Kamari House kid. He had 2 interceptions today at practice or yesterday, and apparently he's just everywhere from North Carolina. Started at linebacker in North Carolina. He's going to play like they're calling it the star, which is like that hybrid nickel, pretty much half linebacker,
He's an ex Tony Bua.
half core. Yeah, he's an ex. Yeah, he's pretty much Tony Bua.
Okay.
But supposedly he's just been everywhere and had a great camp. Um, but we'll get a little more detail
I
on those
won
guys when
fun
we.
facts on NCAA whatever. I won the Heisman with Tony Bua.
Nice.
Because back then you could set it up to where they could they like to where they couldn't cross the line of scrimmage, but they got like a running start.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
would. It used to be a setting. I
I
forget what it
remember
was
that.
called, but
Yeah, I
like
remember
it
that.
was like no offsides, whatever. But you could like
Yeah.
run up to the line of scrimmage, and they would keep running,
Your
and then
legs
as
will
soon as the
keep
ball was
moving.
snapped, they would. Yeah, and dude, I had 600 sacks with Tony Bua.
That's awesome.
Uh,
I remember
and won the
that.
Heisman. So fun facts of NCAA probably oh
Oh, 2,
yeah back there. I mean like
3.
that was high school times. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
yeah, it was probably like oh 03 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, everybody's excited. Football camp, fall camp has started. I think they're going full pads for the first time. Tuesday or Wednesday. And so
Okay.
maybe they'll get, which I mean, they went helmets and shoulder pads the last couple of days. That's pretty much full pads. I mean, because they really half of them don't wear those leg pads anyway, thigh
Yeah.
pads and knee pads. But yeah, maybe they'll hit and get a little more out of it here as we get deeper into camp. Um, Wide receiver room breakdown. We talked about it a little bit. You're going to see a bunch of names that most of y'all have never heard of, never seen play football. Andrew got the wide receivers, and at first I was like, man, he's lucky. He got a fun position group. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, maybe a harder one to break down than the offensive line. So
Yeah.
I'll pull up the graphic here, and we will let Andrew impart all of his wisdom about the
Yeah.
wide receiver room.
Let me tell you about it.
All right, Andrew.
All right.
Here is your wide receivers, and once again, guys, there's 20 receivers on the roster. We
Mm-hmm.
just kind of tried to narrow it down to like who we think are the top two or three at each position. Not each position, but each split, flanker, slot, etc. And
Yeah.
the guys that we think will be getting the majority of the reps. So
Yeah.
talk to me.
Going into fall camp anyway. Obviously, this
Yeah.
this could change. There's some other guys that could be worth mentioning later on, but this is just for sake of time and graphics and everything. We'll stick to this list, and it's more than enough. So first up, we got Chris Marshall, 6'3", 213 pounds, out of Missouri City, Texas. Spent his college career at Texas A&M and then Boise State.
This is supposed to be the dude. Like everybody says, if there is a wide receiver one, especially in terms of production, right? Last year, I don't know what it was, but this is supposed to be the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just for sake of time and everything, I'll just give you the meat, which is just your career stats. So he's a fifth year guy. Like I said, played 1 year at A&M, the rest of the time at Boise. Um, Career 44 receptions, 695 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And that's
So
supposed to be the guy.
yeah, yeah. Well, out of this entire list, we're breaking down what 8 receivers. We might have combined Traylon Burks last year season totals. I'm just gonna preface that.
Oh, Lord.
So anyway, Chris Marshall, like I said, Boise State. I do love Boise State's coach, so I do feel like he's been in a good system the last few years. But 44 receptions, just under 700 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look for him to be a receiver for us. Next up, we got Courtney Crutchfield, home state kid that went to go play for the Nerd for 1 year. Didn't play at Mizzou, but obviously from Pine Bluff originally. 6'2", 187. This is like the guy that we thought was going to be like the home state savior when he
Yep. I was so mad. I was so
when
mad when he committed.
so mad when we lost him, so happy when we got him. What 1 year at Missouri, 1 year at Arkansas. What do you think his career stats are? Receptions, yards,
Two
touchdown.
2 catches, 24 yards, 0 touchdowns.
You're pretty close. Other than the fact that it's 1 reception for 26 yards and no touchdowns.
Dang.
So we have just been waiting for this guy to break through. Hasn't done it yet. This year is definitely put up or shut up. I'm assuming to get him from Missouri, we're paying him pretty handsomely in NIL. 1 reception ain't cutting it. So
Yeah.
let's see some production this year, CC. And then next up is this is my sleeper receiver.
Yes, mine too. Let's go.
Antonio Jordan. 6'6", 228 out of Warren, Arkansas, who we know Warren is literally just a receiver hotbed in the state of Arkansas. No career stats, but he was one of the most impressive looking receivers at the spring game to me. They were looking for him in the spring game. Whether that's continued into fall camp, I don't know. But at the spring game, I mean, he's obviously a big target. He's basically a tight end playing receiver. So, big dude, kind of like country looking dude from Warren, but he reminds me of I hadn't heard him talk. I don't know anything about him other than he's from Warren. He's 6'6", and I like the way he looked at the spring game. But just based on his picture, kind of reminds me of Xavier Legette.
Wow. That's a comp.
Yeah. So we'll we'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
they were raving about him last year
Yeah.
before he got hurt. He had a
Yes.
season-ending injury,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Which is the reason he doesn't have stats last
correct.
year. So,
And they act like he's had a pretty good fall. Like he doesn't have a ton of volume in terms of their live catches, but apparently he's made a couple like Sports Center top 10 mosses on people.
okay.
So
Well, after the spring game, I said he's my sleeper for being a breakout guy this year. So,
good deal.
Antonio Jordan, remember the name. You'll see him head and shoulders above everybody else. Next up, in the flanker roles, we got CJ Brown. Everybody should know him by now. Bentonville kid, 6'1", 195, going into his third year. Career 33 receptions, 381 yards, 3 touchdowns. So decent production for a guy that hadn't played just a ton. A lot of upside with him. I think could potentially be our number one this year if 2TD Chris Marshall isn't him. So look for CJ Brown to be a guy to get a lot of targets. I may butcher this next name, Donovan Faupel.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I've been seeing his name on a lot of the scrimmage highlights. So
okay, all right, we'll go Donovan Faupel. Faupel. Faupal. Make up your mind. Ask AI. 6'1", 201, transfer from New Mexico State. Career 72 receptions. Now, production wise, he's got the most. 72 receptions, 807 yards, 8 touchdowns. Obviously, that's against lesser competition, but there are real numbers.
Andrew Armstrong, baby.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, if I haven't heard again, I haven't been following as close as you have, so we'll see.
They had a they did. I remember they call it something tempo, and the media got to watch that, and it's like no huddle pretty much. And there's just someone who listed like 20 plays and then what happened in each play, and he had like 4 catches out of 20 plays, and nobody else had more than 1.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was KJ or AJ who was quarterbacking at the time, but somebody was looking for him.
All right.
And so he may be a guy that we see more than what we originally thought.
Yeah, he may be, one of those flanker guys that can just find open space and put some hands
Andrew
up.
Armstrong.
So, yeah, exactly.
Always open somehow. Always open.
Yeah.
And then goes undrafted.
Maybe a good comp. And then next up we have Jelani Watkins, 5'11", 163 out of LSU.
Track star, people. Star.
So he ran his way into 2 receptions and 21 yards for his career. So we'll see if it produces more this year. So
yeah, that was a weird deal. I remember like everybody going crazy on Twitter when he announced he was transferring to Arkansas for track. And I mean, he may be like an All-American in track. Like he's fast. And I don't know. I just feel like he should be able to find a way to get that guy in space somehow.
Yeah.
And get him a touch and just see what happens.
Yeah, we've found ways to mess up great potential guys with speed and can get into space, but let's see if this staff can do it. We completely ruined TJ Hammond's career, but maybe we can use Jelani Watkins. Let's hope we can. So I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for all these guys. Another name that I will probably butcher in the slots, taking over Isaac Tesla's number 4, Ishmael
CC.
I'll take CC over. I was going to pronounce it Sissy, so
I'm fairly confident that it is.
I would pronounce it CC too if my name looked like that.
He
Uh,
was supposed to be a dude for us last year, and he got hurt also in preseason. Like he was supposed to be one of our top receivers, supposedly.
okay. I didn't realize he came last year. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. 6 foot 198 he came to us from Stanford,
Mm-hmm.
um, out of Denver, Colorado, but career 26 receptions, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns. So yeah, if we can get him back to health and back ready to go, then we'll take it. So um, and then the last one we'll go over is one of Silverfield's guys from Memphis, Jamari Hawkins, 5'10", 188, again transferred from Memphis. 41 receptions, 647 yards, 2 touchdowns. So just another very similar stat lines pretty much across the board, other than Falpel, um, with his 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. So uh, yeah, I mean, we're going to need 2 or 3 of these guys to step up and take over, and be our go-to guys. So uh, it's it's I mean, we
Yeah.
we
I
don't know
mean,
anything right now, but
yeah.
this is what we got going into it, um and we'll see. And then in the tight end room, I just looked at Jaden Platt, 6'5", 255 out of A&M, 23 career receptions, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's combined A&M and Arkansas. So um
Most of that was
yeah,
last year. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think
He
he did
had one.
hardly anything at A&M.
Yeah, he had one
Um,
touchdown at A&M. So
yeah.
the other two were here last year.
Dude, I
So
remember like 5 games in a row. I bet his over on reception yards, and they're like all cash. They had his yards at like over 6.5 reception
yeah,
yards, and they all cashed. And
yeah,
so, but we know Bobby likes the tight ends, so
yes.
hopefully the staff will also utilize him a little bit.
I hope so too. I feel like, everybody says that we're always best when we have a really strong running game, but I sneakily also think that we're best when we utilize our tight ends. Like when years that we've been had great tight ends is years that we've usually been better than not. So
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, I'd like for, obviously, yeah, I'm a fan of the tight end position. Um and so I hope we utilize those guys too. So yeah, looking for these names. Let us know which names you think is going to be our standout receiver this year, our number one, our go to. Any sleeper receivers that you might think. Yeah, the other two names to look at that I didn't fully cover here, but just incoming. May not get a lot of PT this year, but in the future, the two Bentonville kids. I forget the guy from is it
Prevo.
Prevo, that transferred in from Texas, and then Blair Urban. Uh, they showed some good things at the spring game too, but probably looking at red shirts this year, uh, with all these transfers that we got. But yeah, who do you think is going to step up? Who do you think will dominate this receiver room? Will Cordy Crutchfield finally step up and be what everybody thought he was going to be? CJ Brown take over? Is it Chris Marshall, Falpel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be like a committee deal, probably. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know if we just have a stud. We've been pretty lucky, like I mean, people just forget how good Andrew Armstrong was. I mean, people forget. I mean, he was unbelievable.
yeah,
And and then obviously Traylon Burks, and we've had a good little run of some good receivers, and I don't know, there's been a year or two where, so like when I watch a game in person, I alternate between watching the offensive line and the receivers.
hmm
I don't ball watch at all, and there's just been some years where like our receivers don't get open. And everybody's
yeah.
yelling at the quarterback to throw the ball. And I'm like, all I do is watch receivers. I'm like, there's zero separation for these receivers. And so hopefully,
Except for Tesla 2 years ago,
Correct.
ran wide open all year, and Taylor Green never found him.
Then throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot that has to go right. You know, the line's got to block, quarterback's got to make a good read, receivers got to get open, receivers got to catch the ball. It's got to be a good throw. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen. But
yeah,
like I said earlier, I think from what I'm reading, you know, this is one position group that has been not very impressive in the 5 practices that the media's got to watch. Once again, they're watching a 20, 30-minute interval of a 2-hour practice. So it's not, you know, it's not for sure. But yeah, if I had to pick one, I like Antonio Jordan a lot. I think he'll have some great highlight catches. I'll go with Foppel. Foppel.
I'm calling it foul pole. As like if you said it really fast, it could almost sound like foul pole, but I'm going to say foul pole. That's probably wrong, but we'll. You know,
I
if
mean,
he's the guy,
I wish they would
we'll hear
give
his name
us
a
like
lot.
the pronunciation on the roster, but they don't. They just have their name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with old boy from New Mexico State, Mr. Number 8, Donovan Foppel, to be our leading receiver this year.
Andrew Armstrong, number 2.
That's right.
Got it.
That's right. With Ishmael Cece as a close second.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I mean, I have nothing to go off of, but I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go CJ Brown just because he's an Arkansas kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just to go with an Arkansas kid.
Yeah.
And then Antonio Jordan's my breakout.
Good choice. Good choice. I like it. All right, that's our receiver room. Now for the fun stuff, the stuff everybody wants to talk about. The offensive line. The good thing about the offensive line and why I kind of got the easy job tonight is this is the one position group that it's like set in stone. And it's pretty much been that way since spring. And word on the street is nothing's changed. And these are the 5 guys. There's not really anybody pushing them. We know who our starting offensive line is going to be. Period. End of story. Kavion Broussard is going to start at left tackle. 6'6", 312-pound junior. He transferred from Ole Miss. He was on our roster last year. He had 1 start last year against Missouri in the last game of the year. I don't remember. I used to be so good with names, and for some reason I'm not good with names anymore. But our left tackle last year was pretty good. It was a kid from Georgia Tech. He was like the number 2 offensive pass blocker in the country, according to PFF. But anyway, so this guy, Broussard backed him up. But he's going to be our starting left tackle. He only has 1 start in his career. That's a little bit scary for your blind side, but that's what we're rolling with.
Well, it's not KJ's blind side.
Oh, that's true. That's not KJ's blind side. Good point. Touche. These other 4 guys, very, very experienced guys. Malachi Breland, one of Ryan Silverfield's boys from Memphis, transfer, 6'5", 334. He started 19 games in Memphis, allowed 1 sack last year. Started all 12 games, only allowed 1 sack. Now, the American's decent football. It's obviously not the SEC, but it's decent football. So he's your starting left guard. Caden Kittler, returning last year's starting center for Arkansas, 6'3", 303. Obviously, went to SEC Media Days. Your center does a lot more than just block. He's the one, he's in charge. He's calling out all the protections, all that stuff. So it's nice to have a returner at center, definitely. Transferred from Central Florida 2 years ago, started 11 games at UCF, started 11 games at Arkansas. So he's got 22 games under his belt as a starting center. Kobe Branham, Arkansas kid, Fort Smith, 3-star prospect. Kind of got thrown into the fire maybe a year early last year. But he started 11 of 12 games last year, 6'5", 336. Like I said, out of Fort Smith, true Arkansas kid. The only offensive lineman who is not a transfer, by the way. And then at right tackle, one of the more highly sought after linemen in the portal this past year, Bryant Williams out of Louisiana. I know this was a really big get for us out of the portal, maybe our biggest get. I mean, in terms of a player that a
Literally
lot
and figuratively.
correct that a lot of Power Four schools were trying to get, and we were able to lock them up, I guess, with a pretty good NIL package. But out of Louisiana, 6'7", 335, fifth-year guy. Uh, I don't have, it's hard to come up with stats for offensive linemen, but, uh, he started 23 games the last 2 years at Louisiana. And like I said, when he hit the portal, I want to say he's one of the top 10 portal linemen in the country. And so that was a big get for us. But yeah, it's always nice. Like, obviously, the number one position you want to have locked up is your quarterback. But if there was a second position that you don't want a bunch of question marks at, it's obviously the offensive line. So I think it is a big, big advantage, a big plus that we got 5 guys. We know who they are. They're pretty much starters in the spring. They're still the starters. And hopefully they've developed a good, camaraderie. You got to be able to work well together. And so offensive line may be a decent position for us this year. I would think maybe this group could be maybe not middle of the pack, but maybe in like that 10-11 range in the SEC in terms of unit rankings. Um, probably higher ranked than what our quarterback, no matter who it is coming in. You know, probably higher ranked than our receiver room. So just a lot, decent confidence in the line this year. 76 total starts on the offensive line. So it's a pretty
And
good
we got
number.
3 offensive line coaches. So,
We do.
we should hopefully we can figure that out after 6 years of literally having an offensive line coach.
The one thing we knew that we would dominate.
Yeah, I never did.
And never did.
So,
anyways, that is our position previews for this week. So that's our whole offense. So, Andrew, as we have previewed the whole offense, what are your expectations this year for the Arkansas Razorback offense? Just whatever terms you want to give it, whether it's where the finish in the SEC in points per game, yards per game, whether it's the strengths, weaknesses, like what do you want to see out of the offense this year?
yeah, I really want to see a strong offensive line. That's Silverfield's background. Before he was a head coach, we hired like 36 offensive line coaches. So I hope that they're hearing one of their voices anyway. No, our offensive line's just been middle of the road at best. I'd like to see us be able to get a push in this league for once or for the first time in a long time. Would love to see the running game going. For my money, if you're going to take number 5, you better prove you're worthy of it.
Yeah. That's the first thing Tiffany said when she saw a video of my wife. She goes, they're letting somebody work 5.
Yeah. And just for the record, we need to quit that, by the way. Either retire it for real or make it like what LSU does with number 7, where it's like it's a team captain or like your best player gets to wear that number type thing.
Yeah.
One of those two things. Let's do that. But
they did have DMAC talk to the team yesterday. I did see that.
I saw that. And then he went to Wright's Barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So, and hey, let me just say this real quick. Houston was at practice.
He was today.
Yeah. So there's
if they let him give any kind of speech.
Yeah.
Them kids are ready to run through a wall today.
That's right. So bringing him in, for whatever reason, you get just a little bit of a notch in the right direction for me. So, um, yeah, but yeah, I think if we can protect KJ, I think he's, and I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback on the earth, but I think he's an SEC caliber quarterback with the right protection. Um, and then let me see a couple of these receivers step up and show out and be, you know, I don't also just want to see this offense. I haven't gone back and watched a lot of Memphis games or anything like that to see if they're like a heavy rotation receiving core, or if it's, Bobby kind of stuck to
His
you
dudes.
know, his dudes. Um, so is it a heavy rotation at receiver, or is it the same guys kind of staying in playmakers? So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard. I was talking to my dad today, and he was asking me about it, and I was like, I don't know what to expect from this team. I was like, I don't know what a good year looks. I mean, we were 2-10 with 80 new people on the roster, so I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to even expect at all. So I improvement obviously is just the first word that comes to mind. So, um, just put it together, and I don't know. I mean, we may never see the I was we may never see those teams. You hear the Houston Nuts, like Houston Nuts first year, where the whole team just really came together and
Yeah.
bonded, and we're like, I would die for you, like the guy
Yeah.
next to me. I don't know if you'll ever see that again in this NIL and transfer portal era. I just, it's going to take some kind of coach to get, and football's such a big roster. It's not like getting a basketball team to gel together, or find the right lineup for a baseball team to gel and put some games together. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to. My mind can't wrap around what to expect this season from coming
Yeah.
off 2-10 with 80 new players. So
I mean,
um,
obviously, everybody's picking us last. I mean, like I said, I don't think we'll finish last. I don't know what kind of year we'll have. We'll do predictions later as we get closer to the game one. But
yeah,
in today's era, man, it doesn't matter. Like, you can win. I mean, look at Indiana. I mean, that's obviously the easy one to go to, but there's more than just
Indiana and Ole
Indiana.
Miss
I
is
was
what
gonna say
you're
Ole
pointing to.
Miss, yeah. And so there's several schools like that who have figured out the NIL and got the right guy in there. And so, I mean, it can happen. It can happen overnight, really. My biggest concern is we're just used. I mean, yeah, the Dan Enos year can't be worse than that. But the Kendall Browse era and then the Bobby era, and we've just had pretty good spread out high up tempo offenses. Whether you like KJ Jefferson or not, whether you like Taylor Green or not, it was kind of an exciting brand of football. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm just I'm concerned that the philosophy and the style is going to, if we put up points, it doesn't matter. I don't care what the style is if we're putting up points and
Right.
winning. But
Exactly.
at the same time, people are going to figure out pretty quick, oh, they don't stretch the field. They don't throw the ball down the field. We can load the box. We can jam these receivers, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
that's my biggest concern. So I think our defense, this is, golly, I think our defense might be better than our offense this year. I don't. It's so embarrassing to say that. That may be the worst take ever. About like me picking Clemson to win the Natty.
Mark the tape. Mark the
Yeah,
tape there.
yeah. I'm buying a little bit of the juice on the defense. So um, we'll see. But anyways, we will start our defensive preview next week. Um, we will figure out how we're going to do that because there's really only 3 position groups of that. So
Yeah.
we may just do all 3 in one pod. But yeah, that'll be next week. And hopefully they have another good week of practice. And maybe by next week, I doubt it, but maybe we'll have a quarterback by next week. That would be great.
Be
So
nice. We have a quarterback. Just announce it.
Yeah, just announce it. So, anyways, not much on the national sports podcast front besides Purdue's athletic director saying, what did he say? They got a new AD, and
Yeah, he said
in his
something
press
about like
conference, he said, if you
if you don't
don't
want
want
to
to
win,
win championships, go to
go to
Indiana.
Indiana. It's like who literally just won a championship.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what his logic is in saying that. They just won the last football national championship.
Yeah.
And he got up in his press conference and said, if you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana. So, whatever the line is for the Indiana Purdue game next year, hopefully they play. Take Indiana minus 85. Because you know how Cignetti operates.
Yeah.
Like, he will beat their. I'm sorry, Barry Odom. It's going to be you. But dude, Cignetti is going to hammer them next year if they play. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that comment, I just. Do you think he was like he was at Rice as the AD at Rice last year? Do you think he just didn't pay attention to real football and didn't know Indiana won the national title? Like, why would you say that? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. You're in the same state.
That's some Hunter Yurachek. Like, that's worse than Hunter Yurachek stuff.
Yeah.
I just, oh my God. Maybe he's talking about basketball. But maybe Purdue ain't won a basketball national championship either, so I don't know.
No. I never thought we'd say, or I never thought I would say this, but there's some pretty trending news in the WNBA.
Oh, I've got on the list.
Yeah. So you may know more than me. I've just caught little tidbits and reels and stuff, but there's former NBA players, coming out as identifying as women so they can play in the WNBA.
Correct.
WNBA's got a mess on their hands.
They do.
They've backed themselves into a political corner I don't know that they can get out of without just looking absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, either way, because like they're going to have to eat their words because they've been very outside of Sophie Cunningham, who this kind of all started around, saying that she doesn't believe trans should play in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Outside of her, the coaches, some of the executives, the presidents of these teams have been like, we're pro trans men playing in the WNBA. And so either they're going to have to look stupid by letting Enes Kanter, former NBA player, play in the NBA, or look stupid because they're going to have to take back everything they've said about letting men play in the WNBA. And so
there's three former first round picks that have said they're in.
And Kanter, he's sent the letter, the legal document, he has done everything you're supposed to do to make yourself eligible to be in the WNBA draft. He's checked off every box on the sheet. So, I mean, he posted the sheet and his document from his attorney saying we've done everything we're supposed to do. We look forward to seeing y'all on draft night. So, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Oh my gosh.
Cannot wait. But yeah, definitely. And we're not trying to get super political. That's just big sports news. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So they have
wild times we're living in.
Very, very
wild times. We're so far removed from Lisa Leslie and
Sue Bird,
Cheryl Swoops, and those ladies. But
hey, you want to get people watching the WNBA? Let Enes Kanter play in the WNBA and guard Angel
Enes Kanter, Michael Beasley,
and guard Angel Reese.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, I'm here for it. I will tune in. You will get my viewership. WNBA. There's gonna be a lot of eyeballs on that, on that draft, on that, on those games. I'm so here for it. I know there's no way it'll happen. but I hope it does. I
I don't
hope
know.
it
I
does.
mean, yeah, I don't think they let it go, but they're either way, WNBA is going to look really dumb.
Yeah,
I mean, dumber than they have already regarding some of the things they've done. But
very much so. Agreed.
yeah,
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up for today's podcast. We will be back next week on Tuesday.
hey,
Defensive preview. Yes, sir.
does that mean we have a chance to go play professional basketball? I mean, not if NBA dudes are getting in, but if just normal dudes could get in.
I mean, we still got it.
I mean, I could go make a couple layups
I mean,
from
Clay
the
Travis
highlight.
Clay Travis has put that thing out where he's offering $1 million or something for to let, I don't know if he said not any high school boys team, but a state championship high school boys team play the WNBA championship winner. It's like 5 on, like a real game. And he's like, I will fund it and I will put $1 million. I'll have $1 million bet, that like, to anybody that wants to take it, that the high school boys would beat the WNBA team. And
Yeah.
hey, throw us out there.
Uh,
Throw us out there. Now,
hey,
I'm not guarding Caitlin Clark. You can guard her.
I'm not. I'm put me on the block. I'll guard Angel Reese.
Yeah, I'll definitely guard Angel Reese.
No, I'm on the block, baby. No, yeah, it's crazy out there. Yeah,
crazy times. Crazy times. So, anyways, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Everybody have a great week. Andrew, take us home, brother.
Stay classy, never yield. Go Hogs.
Woo pig.